Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of VGU Talks, and let's talk games. Specifically, Halo 5 Guardians. Now, you may have read the title of this video, and I don't blame you if you're already preemptively angry about this and what my opinions might be, but I'm just gonna say it right now, I'm done with Halo. I've said this a couple of times during a few E3 videos, but seriously, I am now done with Halo. Halo 5 is just not cutting it for me anymore. But allow me to explain what was the final nail in the coffin for me concerning Halo 5 and whether I would genuinely go and get an Xbox One for it or not. This is what happened. It was officially announced that Halo 5 Guardians will no longer be featuring split-screen co-op, both in the story and online. Posted on Halo Waypoint, the developers of the game 343 Industries explained why they're taking split screen out of the game. Let's have a read of this. The decision to remove split screen support from Halo 5 Guardians was one of the most difficult ones we've ever had to make as a studio. We know that for many of our fans, Halo has meant playing together with friends in the same room. We all have great memories of past Halo split-screen multiplayer matches. To move Halo's gameplay forward and deliver a true next-gen experience, tough choices had to be made. Our decision was driven by a desire for scale, fidelity, and focus to ensure that we would deliver the best quality experience possible. Now, as well as that, this was also added into the mix. Massive scale environments, better visuals, and improved AI might not be able to be realized if split screen was in the mix. Many of our ambitious goals for Halo 5 would be compromised in a split screen setting, and time spent optimizing and addressing split screen specific issues would take focus from building other parts of the game. Game development is a balancing act of resources, time, and technology, and in this case, we made the tough decision to sacrifice something that's been near and dear to us all. So okay, we've got a very valid argument here from Josh Holmes, the executive producer of the game. It's a very legit reason as well. He's right, game development is a balancing act of resources, time, and technology. And yeah, if you're gonna have to make tough decisions for a new entry into the series, by all means, you've got to make those tough decisions. But taking out split screen of a game that has been notoriety known as one of the best split screen experiences on the FPS genre in gaming? I don't think that's a valid reason here. Now, don't get me wrong, if you were still making Halo 5 Guardians for the Xbox 360 as well as Xbox One, then maybe I can see this reasoning a little bit more, because maybe the technology isn't there to really boost things up. But you're on the Xbox One now, you're running the next generation console from Microsoft, the big boys, and you're telling me that split screen, something that has been in Halo since the very beginning, something the fans from the very beginning have enjoyed from Halo, can't be added in because it would compromise the massive scale environments, better visuals, and the improved AI? Now, let me take this one step at a time. So, the massive scale environments. Split screen wouldn't ruin that. It really wouldn't. If anything, it would encourage players to explore the giant environments. Like, let's say, for example, I'm doing split screen with a buddy of mine. I would go in one direction, taking out some enemies and exploring one way, going towards one objective, whilst my partner in crime can take out other enemies and go in a different direction, exploring over there for another objective at the same time. So we can cover two areas at once, do two different objectives at once, relating back to one major story plot. Better visuals. Well, I apologize here, but I genuinely don't think that the visual aspect of your game will be compromised by that of split screen. If anything, if you're playing split screen with your friend in local co-op, it just means that when you find a really badass area, you'll both go, "Whoa, look at this, dude. Whoa." And you'll both be amazed by the graphics. The graphics are there regardless of whether split screen's in or not. You're gonna enjoy the look of the game regardless of whether there's one screen or two. I don't see the reasoning behind that. And finally, the improved AI. And do not get me wrong, this is a very big point for Halo 5 Guardians, because the whole trick is that they have this big emphasis on reworked AI, because you'll be playing through the game with AI partners if you can't get human partners to go in with you throughout the story, and each one of these characters has their own little aspects, their own different capabilities on top of the others. And okay, from a design standpoint, I can see where the difficulty can be to have split screen co-op work with all these different Spartans and all these different abilities working alongside each other. But let's put it this way, whether it's split screen co-op with one friend, so it's 2 players, or whether it's going to be 4-player split screen co-op with each and every player playing as a different Spartan with the different abilities or capabilities, that would only improve the game, at least in my opinion, not take away from it. I understand that you've worked incredibly hard on this AI, but let's say, for example, someone does go into a co-op experience and wants a split screen experience in Halo 5. If you're going to have at least 4 people in a party and you can only co-op with one other guy locally, you're still going to have 2 fully functioning AI partners that are going to be on their own paths, working alongside you, coming back with their own pieces of dialogue whilst your characters are talking, but you're obviously controlling them. I don't see where the problem is. Again, it would only improve the experience. And this is where I think Halo 5 has just gone too far. As much as I have loved the Halo series in the past, Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Wars, Halo ODST, and Halo Reach, and as much as I wanted to love Halo 4, but it just wasn't as good as the others, Halo 5 has literally just pulled in the final nail in the coffin for me. It doesn't look too different. It doesn't feel different. It doesn't even feel like Halo 5 demanded to be made. It just feels as if they wanted another excuse to shove Master Chief in people's faces. And no offense to you guys over at 343 Industries. You guys are hard workers, and that's obvious to tell. But it's kinda hard to support Halo 5 Guardians when the Halo Master Chief collection was such a shambles on launch, and even then I still haven't heard of anything positive come out of the multiplayer of the Master Chief collection since its launch. End of the day, I'm not going to be supporting Halo 5 Guardians. I'm very much let down by where Halo 5 is going. By all means, if there are people out there that are still supporting the game and they are going to love it, by all means support the game. It's just not my cup of tea, okay? Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you, what are your thoughts on Halo 5 Guardians and your thoughts on 343 Industries taking out split screen multiplayer? Do you think it's truly compromising all the technology that's coming into the new game, or do you think this is just a really poor excuse from the developer, and do you think that it should be in there because it would only improve the experience? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, ladies and gents, and I'll see you next time for another edition of VGU Talks.